Hey, I should preach time to the genuine ones only, and I say this respectfully. I hope that you continue to find peace within. You matter and you are worthy, regardless who gave up on you, overlooked you, judged a book by its cover, took your kindness for weakness, especially when you have malicious intentions. You matter. Healing trauma and pain would never be an overnight process, let alone it's not a walk in the park. But you matter, you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Loving yourself, you almost got discouraged that day. Almost lost yourself, only to realize you bettered yourself, to understand your direction that day. To realize you are worthy. Regardless who gave up on you, overlooked you. They made you feel like you wasn't worthy. You wasn't projecting pain at the end of the day. You knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. But it wasn't an even exchange when it came to pain at the end of the day because it was one-sided. Someone didn't know how to respect you because you chose you. Someone painted you out to be something that you truly wasn't, all because you showed up for you. Having excuses to love yourself, nah, that wasn't within you. Someone tried to dim your light when it came to your faith, but you had allowed yourself not to see that point of view because God was truly directing you, not allowing yourself to become your own worst enemy. They would never understand the obstacles that was faced in front of you, that you're supposed to lose yourself that day due to trauma and pain that was endured within you from a child point of view and it went into your adulthood that was supposed to make you so dysfunctional. But God was truly showing you the way at the end of the day that everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey. And you didn't have malicious intentions. Being patient with time and change and growth at the end of the day, not to give up on yourself because God wasn't allowing you to understand that mindset, being dysfunctional. That energy has different, living in fear. Nah, that wasn't part of God's plan when it came to you. And I say that respectfully. When the enemy was knocking at your door at the end of the day, that was God's protection for every direction at the end of the day. They couldn't get to you. It was a return back to sender. And you ain't play with Sporik in a toxic way. You just knew how to respect your neighbor, to know at the end of the day you were just in your own lane, just trying to elevate, and everybody wasn't for you. That energy is different. Loving yourself to better yourself, they would never understand at the end of the day why you chose you. Because God was truly directing you. They don't realize why you truly smile at the end of the day. It wasn't meant for them to understand at the end of the day. When it came to even exchange, you wasn't allowing pain to hold you back. You understood your priorities. To understand growth and change and growth, how you was bettering yourself, to pray for yourself, not against yourself. Nah, you wasn't your own worst enemy that day. And days moving forward, because God was truly guiding you your way. You know how it feels at the end of the day to lose everything. But you went from a non-believer to a believer. Because God was truly being patient with you. Allowing yourself to see that, wow, your dreams became your reality. Finding peace within. Not being your own worst enemy. Days when you couldn't even see for yourself. God was truly showing you direction. That energy is different. They would never understand why sticks and stones didn't kick you down that day. Spell work in a toxic way being thrown at you, gang stalking. They try to humiliate you, disrespect you, paint you out to be someone that you truly wasn't because of their pain. They don't understand how did you overcome that pain of their one-sided mindset being dysfunctional, saying that they so real at the end of the day and it wasn't an even exchange. All you was trying to do was just better yourself and stay in your lane. They try to poke the bear, didn't like the reaction, only to realize that, wow, what a disaster. I try to discourage somebody at the end of the day, it didn't work. I try to disrespect somebody that day, it didn't work. How they keep elevating, how they keep choosing themselves to better themselves, to love themselves correctly. Allowing yourself to look in the mirror to realize at the end of the day you are worthy. Loving you to better you. It wasn't a walk in the park, healing trauma and pain. To recognize your confidence today. They would never understand at the end of the day your walk of life when it came to pain. Things would never be the same when your past don't live for today. Your dreams became your reality. You choosing you. Your dreams became your reality. You loving you. Your dreams became your reality. You finding peace within. Not to go against yourself, but to go within. That you matter, you're worthy. You're not allowing someone to discourage you at the end of the day with their one-sided point of view. Because God was truly guiding you the way when you least expect it. Showing you at the end of the day, everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey, let alone sit at your table. With their one-sided mindset at the end of the day being dysfunctional when they was trying to hurt you that day. And you wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. They swear up and down we all the same. But it's not true. You understood self-control. You understood how to respect your neighbor because you was truly at peace. Something they couldn't get in tune with was self-awareness. Being misjudged at the end of the day by someone at the end of the day that couldn't stay in their lane. They put you in secret competition to try to dim your light with their pain. And only to realize it was God rejection at the end of the day. Like leave innocent people alone and get in tune with yourself to better yourself to realize at the end of the day. You poke the bear, don't like the reaction. Only for you to realize at the end of the day, you truly didn't have true self-awareness. Because you was dealing with your own pain to mentally go within. Projecting that negative mindset on an innocent person who didn't have to play victim that day. My content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. Always be your authentic self with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And it's okay to think for yourself. And I say that respectfully. What makes sense to one person may not make sense to the next person. That's why my content is not for everybody. And that's okay. So you can save the negative energy for your mama. And I say that respectfully. It's a thought process to me when it comes to your one-sided opinion. It really be the thought process to me. Someone is minding their business elevating. And you can't get in tune with yourself to self-reflect to go within. So you try to make someone mentally disabled because of the fact that your one-sided mindset having controlling issues. Paying somebody to be somebody they truly not at the end of the day. It's a thought process to me. Someone loves themselves. Someone respects their neighbor. And you try to discourage your neighbor to kick them down. And only to realize at the end of the day, you didn't have the last laugh. It really be the thought process to me. You can save your apologies. It's not a crime for someone to love themselves. It's not a crime for someone to be their authentic self. Just because you can't identify who you are when you look in the mirror. It's not an even exchange to bother an innocent person who's in their own lane. And I say that respectfully. We're not trying to project pain. We are all not the same. Being yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. It's not. It's okay to think for yourself. It's okay to be yourself regardless if someone tries to discourage you. Someone tries to kick you down, humiliate you, disrespect you. They didn't see something within you that God installed within you. But you wasn't lacking nothing at the end of the day. You was just showing up for you. Something that they couldn't get in tune was understanding self-awareness and staying in their lane, to love themselves. They projected all this negative energy and the mindset at the end of the day when they could return that energy and love themselves to understand their own pain. But we are all not the same. It's a thought process to me. My content is not for everybody. And that's okay. But I treat time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day. Have a safe remaining year. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Peace and respect. Say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. You matter, you're worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. You don't know what somebody's mentally going through. When it comes to their mental health, when it comes to being sick, when it comes to their stability, having a roof over their head, money in their pockets, food on the table. But you're so quick to judge somebody at the end of the day because of your bad habits and that you truly lack is self-awareness. It's a thought process to me. Be mindful and wise how you treat folks. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. But it's a thought process to me. Just because you don't have self-control and you don't know how to go within to love you, that don't mean at the end of the day, someone's going to shortchange themselves because you got controlling issues at the end of the day. When they're willing and able to show for themselves when God chose them to see on the day for all the right reasons. It was an even exchange, something that you wouldn't be able to understand It's someone's true point of view when it came to their faith. My content is not for everybody. Be kind to people. And be mindful when judging a book by its cover. And I say that respectfully, neighbor. Loving yourself is not a crime. You don't know what somebody's mentally going through. And I say that respectfully. Dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, you put a name in your book at the end of the day. You don't know what somebody's mentally going through. Be mindful when discouraging somebody at the end of the day. Because everybody's mental state is not the same. Somebody could be smiling in your face at the end of the day, wearing a mask, and they truly in pain. And all you're doing is making it worse at the end of the day. Because you're saying that you're so real, you got somebody back to respect them at the end of the day, only realize it wasn't an even exchange. This type of stuff happens every single day. How folks go around people at the end of the day. You can say that's your family or not at the end of the day. Stranger in the street, getting to know folks at the end of the day. And they will sit there and discourage you on top of the fact that because they're miserable. That's one side at the end of the day. Misery loves company. But when someone is truly not entertaining you at the end of the day, that's truly one-sided. I truly hope that you find peace within to better yourself, to love yourself correctly. To stay in your own lane. And be mindful that at the end of the day, that it's not an even exchange to project that negative energy into the universe. And I say that respectfully because of your own pain. You see somebody in their own lane trying to elevate. And you try to discourage them, to kick them down, to see them frown. All because you're miserable. And as soon as everything go down in their life in the most unhealthiest way, you want to laugh at someone's pain. You want to disrespect somebody because of their pain. Saying somebody is not worthy to become their best self vision of themselves. Or you sit there and put somebody in secret competition with you because of the fact that you don't want someone to elevate faster than you. This type of stuff happens every single day. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. It's a thought process for me. Always be your authentic self with no malicious intentions. And it's okay to think for yourself. Being a copycat at the end of the day, you're going to fall short when it comes to common sense. And that's being real. That's somebody that you're truly not. Because you cannot be something that you're not. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. Someone's battling with depression. They going in circles. Don't know which direction to turn. They going from one door to the next door. So far gone. Lost at the end of the day. And I say this respectfully. Certain folks at the end of the day that they thought that was supposed to help them and protect them and love them at the end of the day went against them. Made them feel like at the end of the day they wasn't worthy of choosing themselves. So all they knew was pain. Pain. Trauma and pain. Imagine someone wearing a mask for so long, only for it to fall off. They understood change. Not to go against themselves, to be their own worst enemy. Regardless who gave up on them or that overlooked them. Took their kindness or weakness, didn't know how to love them. They was willing and able to show up for themselves, to remove the mask and look in the mirror. When they least expected. They was praying for themselves, not against themselves. My content is not for everybody. It became their existence. Their dreams came true. Being at peace. Understanding balance when it came to communication. Not hurting themselves with words. Wow. The energy is different. Loving yourself to better yourself. Loving yourself to show up for yourself. Loving yourself not to dim your light. Loving yourself not to get discouraged. When the enemy is calling. The energy is different. When the enemy is calling. Only to realize you was truly protected when you least expected. Because God showed up in mysterious ways. You man and you're worthy. Continue patient with your process. Healing, trauma, and pain will never be an overnight process. But understanding change and growth. Understanding the mindset of being mature. They will never understand how you truly woke. That you are worthy to value your time and day. It wasn't a walk in the park to realize at the end of the day that depression was holding you back. But you understood the even exchange. Not to become your own worst enemy. To understand change. Of loving you. Showing up for you. Regardless who overlooked you. My content is not for everybody. And it's okay to be your authentic self with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. And it's not a crime to love yourself. Certain folks will never be able to understand your walk of life. And especially when you're the type of person to hold things in. especially when you're battling depression, especially when you're battling the mindset at the end of the day, you're going in circles, but you don't know who to trust. And you're not doing it for likes and views, let alone a comment, because it's your reality. Dealing with your own pain, trauma. Are you even worthy? Got you questioning yourself. You helping everybody around you at the end of the day, only to realize that, dang, you really mentally unstable. But you can't say it out loud at the end of the day because you don't want nobody to look at you crazy. But it's your reality. But only to realize how change and growth and time and change and growth will allow you to see at the end of the day. Continue to be patient with your process because you will come out that mindset to better yourself, to know that you are worthy. And you chose you, not to overlook you. You chose you to be patient with yourself. You chose you when they overlooked you. You chose you. Wow. You found peace within. You had to heal certain trauma and pains. You didn't know which direction to turn when it came to that day. But allowing yourself to see your confidence that God installed within you, you understood the even exchange. Battling depression, it can make you feel mentally unstable. And I say this respectfully. It will make you question yourself, do you love you? It will make you question yourself, are you worthy? It will make you question yourself, hurting yourself with words like, wow, why am I saying this today? I don't want to go that route. Why am I having these thoughts going in my head? I know I ain't crazy. But when the enemy's talking, at the end of the day, don't allow yourself to lose sight and day, to become your own worst enemy. And I say that respectfully. Losing sight of day of your faith because you are worthy. Certain obstacles may be faced in front of you that may be a challenge. But to understand at the end of the day, don't get lost in the source at the end of the day, becoming your best self vision of yourself from a temporary situation because you are worthy. I say this respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Never allow a temporary situation to hold you back. Never allow a temporary situation not to allow you to love you. Never allow a temporary situation to make you feel at the end of the day that, wow, becoming your own worst enemy. That wasn't part of you. That wasn't part of God's timing when it came to you. And I say that respectfully. You can have your good days, your bad days, your misunderstanding days. But allowing a temporary situation to make you lose yourself to be far gone, don't lose sight of day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Certain folks will never be able to understand when you're dealing with depression. Some folks overlook your words. They'll quick to judge you, disrespect you, make you feel like you're stupid of even saying what you just said that day. But as long as you know at the end of the day you're comfortable with you, as long as you know that you got that out, always choose you. Never mistreat you, becoming your own worst enemy. And I say that respectfully because you're not wrong for speaking up for you. You're not wrong for voicing how you feel. And especially when you don't got malicious intentions. Because every ear is not a good ear. And I say that respectfully. Just like every helping hand is a good helping hand, that's not the case. Because it's not. So always protect you. And be mind and wise at the end of the day who you allow to give yourself to during that temporary situation when you're trying to choose you. Dealing and battling depression at the end of the day because you are worthy to choose you. My content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. And that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Someone didn't know how to love you that day. It made you feel like that temporary situation. Someone didn't know how to love you that day. It made you feel like that temporary situation made you your own worst enemy. Feel like you couldn't see because you was going in circles, didn't know which direction to turn. Only to find you to love you. Only to show up for you, not to give up on you. When someone mistreated you, misused you, made you feel like you had to question yourself, but you are worthy. You are loved when you least expect it. Had all the wrong folks in front of you that day, and only realized it wasn't a mistake. It was truly a lesson, a valuable lesson because it was your reality. You wasn't doing it for likes and views. You was trying to better yourself to realize at the end of the day, I'm praying for myself, not against myself. I'm asking for all the right people to be around me, not to go against me. Only to realize it became your reality. How God closed that door that day to show you at the end of the day that you are worthy to overcome pain. To realize at the end of the day you didn't make a mistake. That you are loved. And loving you was first priority. And God didn't make a mistake when God created you. God allowed you to see at the end of the day everybody wasn't supposed to be sitting at your table when it came to your faith, let alone the folks that took your kindness or weakness, that disrespected you, made you feel like you had to question yourself, only allowed you to better yourself. That energy is different because loving yourself is not a crime. You matter, you're worthy when you understand time. Time and change and growth. Wow. Looking in the mirror today, you can't even recognize the person that you are today because you didn't allow yourself to lose yourself. You didn't allow yourself to make yourself feel like you was your worst enemy because you chose yourself because God allows you the other day. My content is not for everybody. Certain folks will never understand at the end of the day when they play with spoke in a toxic way. You were supposed to become your own worst enemy. You were supposed to lose everything. You were supposed to be your own worst enemy. They don't understand how to continue to elevate. They don't understand how do you continue to elevate. You chose you. You showed up for you. You almost gave up, but you didn't fail. You didn't fail you. You didn't fail you. Wow. You didn't fail you. They didn't know how to love you or respect you. But guess who loved you and respect you? You. My content is not for everybody. Continue to be patient with your process. It's okay. Everybody is not meant to be part of my journey. And that's okay. Like my content is not for everybody. And that's okay. Just like everybody's not supposed to be part of your walk of life when it comes to your journey. When you're willing and able to show up for you. Regardless if that job opportunity didn't work out, that unhealthy relationship didn't work out. Certain folks, when it came to a stranger in the street, they wasn't supposed to be part of your journey. That guardian that didn't know how to love you, respect you, they threw spark at you in a toxic way. Try to make you mentally unstable, lied on your name, disrespected you. They try to humiliate you. They would never understand why you chose you. You matter and you are worthy. Never allow someone to allow you to feel like them in your life because you have confidence within you. Regardless, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, because it's still within you. Just because you can't see it for the very moment during that time frame, it's still indoor within you. And I say this respectfully, neighbor, because you matter and you are worthy, understand change and growth to better yourself. Regardless who gave up on you or overlooked you, you chose you. Regardless if you're battling depression or not at the end of the day, God never left your side. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. I say praise time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe month, have a safe remaining year. Protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime. And being your authentic self is not a crime. It's not. Because who's truly for you will show up for you with no malicious intentions. Who's truly for you will respect you with no malicious intentions. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. And respect will be a two-way street. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. When you have peace with yourself, or you're just trying to become your best self version of yourself, and certain folks come into your life when it comes to your journey, they don't understand why you have so much confidence within you. When they put you in secret competition. But never lose sight of your confidence that God has thrown within you to hurt you because someone is trying to mistreat you. And I say that respectfully regardless of who it is. And especially when you don't have malicious intentions. You're just trying to show for you to love you. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everybody. Loving yourself is not a crime. And healing trauma and pain would never be an overnight process. Let alone, it's not a race. But you matter, you're worthy. Knowledge and your love, respect. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said, stop the violence. It's a thought process to me. Always be your authentic self with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Now your genuine love, respect. Thank you for your time.